In 10 days' time, I'll be tabling at MCM. This is my prep blog. So if you're outside the UK, MCM stands for Movies, Comics and Media, something like that. It's basically Comic-Con in London, and it is the biggest event that takes place in the UK. Last May, there were 100,000 attendees, and in their October show event, there was 130,000 attendees. So it is the biggest event by far in the UK. Now, I've wanted to vendor this show for nearly 20 years. Back in the late 2000s, I was in my teens, and I used to go to this show. I used to drive up, I cosplayed, I walked my first masquerade there, and I have very, very fond memories. And I remember distinctly walking through Artist Alley and saying to myself, you know, one day I'm gonna show my art here, and that's happening, which is really good, right? I applied as an artist for many years. I think I got rejected 6 or 7 times. I think. Basically, there are far too many applicants for the tables that are available. I think this year there were 2,000 artists applying for 300 tables. So it's very sort of like difficult to get in, especially considering that you are competing against some of the best artists that are in the UK. So this year I decided to apply for not only an Artist Alley table, but also a retailer table. In Artist Alley, you can only sell art that you have created, but in the retailer section, you can sell pretty much whatever you want. Downside, the retailer tables are quite a lot more expensive. So without going too in depth into the whole thing, I'm going to be there, and I feel super excited but also super nervous. One of the biggest causes for stress in all this is the fact that as a retailer you get 2 tables, not just 1, and having that extra space to fill has been quite anxiety inducing, because you don't want to have a table that looks like empty, but you also don't want to be showing stuff that you're not proud of. I did come up with a kind of clever solution, in my opinion. So most people display their 2 tables in an L shape. So they have a table that they stand behind, and a table that is like jutting out into where people will be standing, which gives more surface area for people to browse. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to fill an entire second table with new products. That just wasn't going to happen, at least not to have products that I would be happy displaying. So given that I'm booked in for MCM in May, August in Birmingham, and October back again in London, I decided to have a 3-stage evolution kind of thing. So for May, I'm going to have an L shape that's reversed, so customers will be able to browse across an 8-foot long face of stand. For August, I will move that stand forward a bit more, so I'll need to create 2 more feet of product. And then for October, I should have the full L shape, which will have another 2 foot of products, giving me the full glorious L shape. But anyway, even though the art itself is done for the most part, I've got 2 more stickers to design, I still have quite a bit of prep work to do. On the to-do list, I have covering new grid cubes, printing new stickers and restocking old stickers. Same with sticker sheets. I need to create a display for badges. I need to create a couple more badges. I need to create another box for stickers to be stored in behind my table. I've got stock arriving tomorrow. I've got lots of keyrings and phone charms arriving tomorrow. They need to be put onto a grid cube. And I think that's it. I think that's my entire list. I'm currently on track to have everything done by next Tuesday. Setup day for MCM is Thursday, so on Wednesday I just want to pack the car, charge up all my devices, and sort out my POS system. But my number 1 goal is to get a good night's sleep the day before the con. I never do that. I'm always up till sort of like 2-3 in the morning the day of an event, printing stuff or filing stuff away or doing whatever. I don't want to do that for MCM. It's going to be 3 days of event. It's going to be very taxing. It's my biggest stall, the most stuff I have, the most I've paid for a space. I'm going to be stressed. I don't want to deal with that on like half a night's sleep. But anyway, enough yapping, let's get into it. Let's start by covering some grid cubes. Next up was attaching the keyrings to the grid panels. The way I do this is I use these little command hooks. They have like a double-sided tape patch that goes on the back that I then attach to each grid cube, and then that kind of is the perfect size for the keyrings to hook onto. Then what I do is I secure the top of these command hooks with a little dot of hot glue. Hot glue, or like a foam, like double-sided foam pad, things like that. Basically something that stops the keyrings from being lifted out. This, I think, is a perfect way to display keyrings. Let them be sort of manhandled. People can feel the quality. People can sort of flip them over. My Slime Rancher ones are have little dangly bits they can play with, but it means that the keyrings themselves can't be picked up by someone who thinks they can get away with it. This was a huge concern for me for MCM because I'm doing this stall by myself, so I don't have the eyes in all directions at all time. So having a way to keep things secure, safe, but not behind glass was really important for me. Next on the list was creating storage for my stickers. Now, I've previously used little deck storage boxes for my stickers, which work really well. They're really compact and really useful. But for MCM, knowing I had more space behind my table and knowing that I would have a lot more products there, I wanted to have much bigger boxes so I could see at a glance everything. The last thing I wanted to be doing is to be inundated with people and not be able to find things and feel the pressure of people waiting and a whole thing. So I used an ungodly amount of business cards to create little flaps that then I could flip up. God, that's satisfying. And again. I could create these little flaps that created little partitions within the deck box. So once it was all closed, I had 12 sections on each of these little rows, and my grid cubes have 12 stickers each. So each row of this deck box contained one grid cube worth of stickers. Realistically, I probably could have fit 24 sections in and been fine, but like I said, I wanted to have a lot of space so that I wouldn't be flapping. The thing about me is if I get sort of stressed out, I start to flap a little bit, and that's not the vibe I want for an event like this. Once the two boxes that I was working on were put together, I then took a little piece of washi tape and affixed the two opposite business cards together, thus creating the cute little section. I did have to reinforce a couple of these over the course of the weekend, but nothing too major. I will say I used a lot of business cards. Each row had 24, something like that, or 22. So that's 66 business cards per box. That's 132 altogether. Kind of a waste, but definitely necessary. So it's midnight on Sunday, the week of MCM, and I've got 3 days left to prep. I took the week off work so I can focus purely on prep. I'm actually doing really well. Ignore the chaos behind me. My flat is an absolute bomb site. It feels like a post-apocalyptic, like Amazon warehouse. It's wild. But most of my prep is now done. I spent today working on stickers. I printed all my Digital Circus stickers, Has-Been Hotel stickers. I've got a few more restocks to do. So for reference, I take 10 of each sticker with me to an event, and they go in little sleeves with the name at the top and then the sticker inside. And like I've got a few where I've only got like 8 of these tar slime stickers in here, and I've only got like I think 6 of these puddle slimes. So I want to reprint those. And then there's a couple of stickers on my potion bottles I've had for a long time, but I'm running low on a couple of these. But these are glitter stickers, so the potion itself is glittery. I can't print glitter stickers at home, so my plan is to print non-glitter ones. So if I sell out of the glitter ones there, I can take the display glitter one off my display, put a non-glitter one in its place, and just carry on. Or I just don't. I don't overthink it. I've got a lot of Shaker Charm things to make. I've got a lot of Shaker Charm booster packs to make. These are from the Kickstarter, so these are the little booster packs. There are 4 charms in, and I need to go through the Kickstarter information with like a clear head and just know how much I need to hold back for Kickstarter rewards. I want to make sure all my Kickstarter rewards are packed up, and then anything extra I can pack up and take with me to MCM. I don't want to be in a position where I'm taking stuff to MCM that I then sell, but it turns out I needed it for people who had backed it, if that makes sense. I don't want to be in that position, because then that's going to be weeks of delays that I don't want to be in. It is 1 a.m, Tuesday morning, so I've got the rest of today and tomorrow to do prep. I'm planning... Who the fuck is messaging me at 1 a.m? Leave me alone. Okay, so all the stickers are done. Both boxes are done. Everything's been restocked and labelled. All of the Shaker Charms, which are brand new, are done. There's 10 of each booster pack, so that's 60 booster packs, plus the additional starter pack booster packs that are in here. I still need to make a top sign up here. Phone charms are all on for both Has-Been and Digital Circus. That's all been done. Same for the key rings. Same for these stickers, yeah. Same for the stickers. They've all been done. More stickers here have been done. This is the only panel I've left to deal with tomorrow, which is the badges. And what I'm going to do with this is quite fun. So I ordered some badge backs that are metal, that have this like really sort of awkward device on the back. The pin, I'm not a fan of these styles of pins, but what I am a fan of is that the plate itself is completely flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little pin off of the badges, which will give me a piece of metal like this. So there's nothing on there, it's completely flat. Then what I'm going to do is fill the back, completely fill it with like hot glue, so it becomes completely flush at the top. Right, once that's completely flush, I'm going to add one of these. And these are like the little posts that go on the back of enamel pins. See? These little posts. And once this is on the back, effectively what I'll be able to do is poke this little pin back through here and affix it on the back. So that means I will have the badges attached to this display, but I can still remove them whenever I want. Right, so I'm conscious I need to sleep. It's because like I say, it's half 1 in the morning. So the only thing I'm going to do before I go to bed is get my sticker sheets out, do a little stock check, and print off extra sticker sheets that I need, so that tomorrow I can wake up and just start cutting them. I am so excited to stop using my silhouette cameo. If any of you have a silhouette, the sound that it makes is ungodly. It is summoning an eldritch horror, and I'm ready to just turn it off and not look at it for like a good couple of months. So we're going to ignore the mess that is my flat for a second, but the new stack, the new 2-foot extension to my stand is done. And this is what it looks like all together. So we have digital circus stuff, so we've got prints, key rings, phone charms, stickers, and then for Hasbin we have got stickers and phone charms and key rings and prints. So this building is like a beige stucco building with like a worn copper, sort of like oxidized copper roof. I think it looks quite cool. I'm intrigued to see how it looks next to the other building. I didn't want to have the same brickwork on both because I didn't want it to look like one big fortress, but I love this. I love this. I think if I get reprints of this done, I need to make the white boxes like a different colour. Maybe I make them like a pale, like mint colour, because these panels feel a bit naked, even though like they've got, when you're up close you can see there's little boxes there, but from afar it looks a little bit sort of like less full, I guess. But I still love them, absolutely love them. I think they came out fantastically, and the prints look really good. So I'm hoping, God, I'm obsessed with this, obsessed with how this looks. Love it. I'm hoping this will look good on my table, but we will see. And we're all packed up. Everything's packed up. I've now got twice as many crates to carry things in. Like it's wild. Everything is in here. I also have a printout list of what belongs in each box. So when it comes time to like pack away, I know what goes where, which is good. It also means that tomorrow morning I can run through this and make sure I've got everything that I need without having to physically go through all the boxes, which is quite good. But yeah, so now I'm going to do some housework, try and clean my flat up a little bit. Tomorrow I'll load the car up. I've lost my glasses. I have 2 pairs of glasses. I have a backup pair of glasses, which are these ones, which I don't like. They're too sensible. They look too like regular, sensible, bentable glasses. I don't like them. So I'm going to do some housework now, clean the flat, so it feels a bit more human in here, and then try, hopefully in the process, find my actual glasses that I like to wear. I was going to edit this vlog tomorrow and post it before MCM started on Friday, but I've lost access to Premiere Pro. I won't get into it. It's mostly legal, I promise. But I've lost access, so I'm if I manage to get back into it tomorrow, I'll edit this, and if not, this will come late. Oh well. But that is it for this video. That is all the prep that I did for MCM this weekend. It was a lot. It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Took a lot more time than I thought it was going to take. But hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. I'm optimistic that this is going to be a lovely weekend, and it's going to really give Prelude Market the kickstart that I've been waiting for a while. Hopefully, we'll see. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to do the YouTube things, the like, the comment, the subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But thank you so much for watching. I've been Chris, you've been amazing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!